Let me just say, that's wild. That is really wild. Um, I definitely don't think that he was in the wrong. I definitely don't think he was in the wrong for this. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear me before. I think you can. The problem is I can't hear anything. So I think that's the problem. I think what it is I can hear because I was not trying to be on the screen, but then I'm like, let me just, pop in just in case because I'm not 100% with this application or whatever. But anyway, back to the story, right? I just wanted you guys to be able to see what I can see. So back to the story. So first of all, the niece is 19 years old and she's in college. Both of her parents are deadbeats, so she was practically raised by everyone else in the family. And that's the way this started. The story started out, right? Last year, she got accepted in the best, most expensive college. These people are taking care. So her sister and sister's husband are taking care of her. The problem is that she's very rude. So you already know that this girl is rude. So probably picking a fight with her wasn't the smartest thing on the planet, but she is 19 years old. So she should know how to respect her elders, especially the people who are taking care of her. You know, the old saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you. So a few days ago, she picked a fight with everybody, and she's jealous. She said that you don't treat all the kids in the family the same, blah blah blah, which is none of her business. But remember, she is an eavesdropper. So not only is she 19, she's rude, she doesn't have a job, and she eavesdrops. Okay. She kept yelling at everybody because she's rude, and finally the husband says, "Yo, you need to stop talking or I'm gonna stop paying for college." And when she said the F word, she dropped the F bomb, and you're like, "We're not paying for college anymore." That's when, but he said that's when the story went wrong. No, the story went wrong from the beginning when she was yelling at everybody and she's rude and she's 19 and she doesn't have a job. So the first thing should have been, um, you need to get a job. If you're going to live here, you need to get a job. You need to pay for your stuff. So that's the first thing right there is you need to get a job. Second thing is you don't need to be rude if you're going to live here. The third thing is, who are you talking to? Like, so now not only do you not have a place to live, but you're not in college anymore. Um, when this semester, runs, not just because you dropped the F bomb, but because, yo, you told everybody secrets. You told everybody that your sister slept with a couple of guys before they got married because she needed money. So, I mean, anyway, the sister's crying because apparently the niece isn't, answering her calls and she's worried something could happen because, regardless of what happens, yeah, you love your sister and all that. Is this person in the wrong? I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Now, normally I don't look at what, people have to say in these stories because, I don't know about that. Um, there are other stories in here I want to get into. Um, okay, here's another one. Apparently, everybody's having problems with their kids. So let's get into this one. Am I the A for refusing to hold a graduation party for my daughter for getting her GED? Now, let me just say that I feel like, you know, you getting your GED is a great thing. I think it's amazing. I think it's wonderful. I think it's everything. I got my GED in the 90s and went on to college. So I don't think that it's a bad thing for somebody to get their GED to graduate, high school or whatever, especially if you have dreams and aspirations of, doing something with your life. If you are planning on doing something bigger, better, and all of that, then by all means, go for it. I feel like it does warrant a celebration. I didn't get a celebration because I went straight into college. As a matter of fact, I had already applied for college before I even knew I was going to get my GED. So that is, I went a little backwards or whatever. But let's hear what this particular person has to say. So, am I the error for refusing to hold a graduation party for my daughter for getting her GED? I will try to keep this as short as possible. My middle daughter has always struggled with academics. She was in the average classes, usually getting a C or a B. It's not bad. In high school, it got harder, and she went through a lot of tutoring. Okay. When she was 17, she almost failed out. She had been, excuse me, tested before, but it came back with nothing. So we learned at the time that she decided to stop. She wasn't turning stuff in and told us there was no points and she doesn't do well academically. She also had a huge resentment at the time for her younger sister that was academically inclined. She turned 18 and refused to go to school and dropped out. After this, she spiraled and ruined a lot of relationships with friends and family. So she had her, and my wife doesn't interact with her as well. That's a whole different story, but in short, she stole a lot of money. She is now 26 years old and back on track. She called me asking me to host a graduation party since she got her GED. That I did it for the rest of the kids. I that she isn't graduating. She got her GED in all caps. No one will show up. She has screwed almost all of the family, so they won't go for her friends. Her friends are all shady, so I don't want to invite them. My last reason is that she's 26, and this was supposed to happen when she was 18. She called me a jerk. Well, in this instance, I'm going to see what other people had to say about this because listen, um, unpopular opinion, I think it would have been a great idea to celebrate. I don't think a party would have been, a great thing, but to celebrate it, I think would have been great. Out to dinner. Hi, Angie Pooh. What's going on, girl? I think that, going to, graduation dinner, to celebrate wouldn't have been, bad or whatever. But these people are saying not the a-hole, but I might offer a compromise. That's what I'm saying. She needs to try to make amends with her family. If she does, then I might offer a nice dinner. That's what I just said. Offer a nice dinner to go. Her accomplishment does deserve to be recognized. Okay. But she also has some work to do. Sounds like until now things have been pretty toxic. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that she accomplished something. It doesn't matter if she's 26, 36, or whatever. I feel like, she finally got on the right track, especially if she was an addict. You know what I'm saying? So she, was on the wrong track for a little week. Give her a break, you know. Go out for a nice dinner, celebrate her accomplishments because that might motivate her to do more. 26 is not old, so I don't know, you know, yeah, I don't know what the issue is. Anyway, um, this story right here is grabbing my attention. So I'm definitely about to read this one. I think this is great. Am I the A for wanting a divorce, even though he is unemployed? Okay, this is going to be good. I know it is. Fingers crossed. This is going to be great. Let's get into it. 34 female, have been married with my husband at 35 male for a couple of years now. We have two children together. My husband has been unemployed for the majority of our relationship. Ooh, yikes. Technically, he has been doing some freelance, but truly it's not a stable income, would hardly cover any bills. All right. So red flag. Anyways, part of his issue has been his anger. More recently, he has been lashing out at our children, grabbing them from the shoulders and screaming in their faces when they have misbehaved. So it sounds like he's got some tension built up. They're honestly terrified of him. By now, I guess they are, but they're terrified of him. And sometimes I feel I'm terrified of who he is becoming. He says it's depression. Okay. Goes to therapy and is on medication. Okay. Do I see improvements? Sometimes I see effort, but no actual long term results. We've attended a couple of retreats, workshops, and done marriage counseling. I don't know what to do anymore. Okay. I have some thoughts. Let's continue. Deep inside, I know we'll end up getting divorced, and I hate that. I hate that every fight we have, the topic of divorce is presented. He feels the solution would be making more money, but he hates the idea of working for a system. But this self-employed business is just not feasible. I also don't think a job is going to fix it. My therapist feels that it's his trauma that has him in the long, mild state of depression that doesn't go anywhere. Um, at all. If I bring this up though, he says that's not the issue to his anger, but it's because the children must have something wrong with them mentally that has him misbehaving this much. And this is honestly the occurring problem. I see everyone is to be blamed for his anger, everyone except him, right? He doesn't take accountability at all. If the children listen, when asked to do something, I wouldn't need to scream at them, is what he's saying. Okay, I get it. Anyways, I don't know what to do. I want a divorce, and my instincts are screaming to get him away from the children before he actually puts his hard hand on them. But he would literally be homeless if I kick him out. In fact, I have kicked him out, and he refused to leave, resulting the children and I leave. To my parents for a weekend. He cried and begged he would change. I fell for it, but he doesn't have family that would take him in like that, nor would he ask because he is too prideful. He's prideful with no income, but I digress. He has called me a bee for kicking him out while being at the lowest point of his life, unemployed with nowhere to go. But I've had enough. Am I the A for wanting him out of the home so we can start the divorce process? We need to live apart for a year, but where would he live? Listen, I'm not Angie. Angie, Angie said support. Listen, I get it. The guy is, he's he would be homeless, but he doesn't, and he refuses to get a job. He refuses to get a job, and he has children. Who do you think you are? No, mm-mm. I'm out of there. Me and my kids, we don't need you around if you're not going to work. I get it. I battle depression. I take antidepressants. I have medication for anxiety, but I still get up and get online and I do my content. Um, some days I have good days, some days I have bad days, but I get it. I have, childhood. There's no excuses. There's literally no excuses. I'm sorry, that's my phone. Um, I'm not agreeing with this guy. I feel hands on the kids, I feel like, you putting your hands on the kids, shaking them, at their shoulders and all this kind of stuff is a bit much. You need to get out of the house. You need to go find your own way. You need somewhere, to go. I don't know where a person like that would go, but yeah, Angie, like you need somewhere to go, sir. You need to get on your feet. And I don't know if this guy had a job. Um, I don't know if this guy had a job beforehand, but now you've got a wife and kids. Like, sir, I need you to go ahead and get yourself together. Sorry, I had to. I just say, yeah, I'm not feeling this guy. All right, let me tell you why I'm not feeling for a couple of years. You've got 2 children, okay? The children are the most important thing in the relationship. My husband has been unemployed for the majority of the relationship. So you've been married for a couple of years. You have 2 children, which means you've had a child each year of your marriage. And this man has not covered any bills. Are you kidding me? Like, first of all, I'm not having any kids with this guy. He's broke, so he can't take care of me, let alone children. I get it. You want a two-income household, and you want each of the parents, each of the husband one income, the wife one income. I get it. I've known a lot of relationships that, where one person would have more than one income. You have multiple streams of income because there's investments, there's the internet. I mean, you don't have to struggle. You know what I'm saying? And so if he won't even pick up the mouse and the computer or the phone and be one of those people that takes orders over the phone. I mean, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But a part of the other part she says has been his anger. So are you mad because you can't make any money? Are you mad because you want, you know, um, to be self-employed, but you don't know what you're doing? Now you're talking about, you're depressed and you're going to therapy and you're on medication, and sometimes there's a result. So you don't really want any good results. I feel like, the whole thing with this, you're not taking responsibility for your actions, sir. And you're putting your hands on the kids. And this woman said the children are terrified of this man. But you feel bad that if you put him out, that he's going to be homeless. Now, this is what stuck out to me. This woman said, yo, uh, uh, I put the man out, but he didn't leave. He told me and the kids to go to my mom's for the weekend. If that's my house, and it's my house. What are you talking about, sir? You've got to go. You don't tell me to leave my own house that's in my name. And I'm sure it was her home. I'm sure after they got married, she was the one with the home because she's the one with the income. So I need you to leave and get yourself together. She's like a year apart would do him some good. That I'm seeing is that you need to stop feeling sorry for this deadbeat and go ahead and ask him to leave. And if he doesn't leave, you need to go ahead and I would serve him with divorce papers today. Hmm. Yeah, I would just serve him. I would serve him with divorce papers today. There's absolutely positively no way. I would serve him with divorce papers because I don't care if you're gonna be out there in the streets. There's a reason why your family won't mess with you. Your family won't mess with you. Mhm. Yep. Mhm. Let's see. We can put my best friend boyfriend if we allergic to another guy. Oh Lord. Why did these people want to be the easy life husband? I don't understand. Am I the A for making my partner work full time? This seems to be the theme tonight. Nobody wants to work. Jeez. Is that the theme today? This was posted 9 hours ago by Long Jumping Pace 4337 in Reddit. If you want to go and make a comment about this, if you are a member of Reddit, great. If you are not, I would strongly suggest you get in there because there are some stories in here that you would not believe. But since we are here and we are talking about this, we are definitely going to jump into this story. Here we go. So, quick background. Last year, I started working because I uh, expressed, to my partner that I'd like us to own our own place. We've been dating for 2 years, and we rent together. So I'm done with moving, and I'm not being able to set things up how we want them. So I started to save $500 every paycheck. Um, that's $1,000 a month for me. The goal was a year. In a year's time, we should be able to move into a home. Together, we would have saved $24,000. That's a great amount for a down payment, I think. So he agreed, and I started saving little by little. I began seeing my savings, and it made me happy. So finally, a way out of renting. Decent job making 27 an hour, 4 days a week, for about 32 hours. So he only worked part-time, 25 hours, $19 an hour. I kept asking him to pick up more shifts, and he said he doesn't want to or he can't. So eventually we had a big fight, and I expressed to him, I feel unloved, that he isn't committing because he doesn't want to work as much as I do in order to make our dream come true. The pay difference came in to play, which I understand, but still he's only working 25 hours. So he started to work more, but savings still came slow because then I as well. Wow, this broke my heart because he was hiding it for a while from me. So since we started saving, actually, hmm so that made me more mad because if he knew that he had that much debt, why not work more to get that out of the way first? It didn't make sense to me. Fast forward, he started to work consistently about 32 hours a week, which was what I was working, but he still couldn't have saved $500 a paycheck. That made me a bit bitter, but I tried to understand that I had a better paying job. I know I now move jobs now. So she says, I now move jobs and I make 60,000 a year. Since I'm salaried, I'm working about 45 hours a week. To make things clear, I hate working. I hate clocking in so many hours for companies that don't give a blank about me. My goal is to own a few rental properties and have that as my main job. And I know I need to work my butt off now to get there. And my partner still doesn't grasp that. He still works only about 32 hours average a week and refuses to get another part time job or even move over to full time because it means he won't get the schedule he wants. So I've had so many talks and arguments with him about this. And I consistently tell him that he should work full time. And I don't know what to do anymore. I feel so alone and I feel like the parent in the relationship. I hate that he doesn't see how much I dislike working myself and I'm still doing it. Working 45 hours plus, wearing a suit and grinding to save money for our own place. Would I be the a-hole for making him work full time or am I best just being alone for a while? It's clear that my ambition overshadows his. And end of the day, it's not fair for me to ask that of him. Any advice that would be appreciated. Okay, first of all, you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And if he did work full time, he would resent you for that. So, would I be the a-hole for making him work full time? That's not even, you know. I know it would pop in my mind as well or whatever, but you can't make him work 45 hours a week or even 40 hours a week. Um, nobody really likes to work a job, they love. I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? Um, well, guys, listen, this is how I feel about the whole thing. Do you need to be alone? Yes, you do. You need to be alone a little bit because there's no way that uh, anybody, if you're saving $1,000 a month and that particular person isn't saving $1,000 a month, you're not going to meet your goal of $24,000 at the end of the year. You're going to have 12, right? You're not going to meet your goal. And so, plus, you just found out about, oh man, that sucks. Because, yeah, who wants that? But hiding something like that from your partner is not going to end well. That's not going to go over well. That's not going to end well. And I feel like if he's hiding, could he be hiding? What else could this person be hiding? Is that all he's hiding, or is he hiding something else? Could he hide something from me in the future? Like, I'm a skeptic. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm, because I'm skeptical. So you're already starting off on the wrong foot. Some people don't know episodes that we've covered that these people don't know that they have a good thing. It's right there. These people are working regardless if they want to work this job or not. This other person says, I had a good job, but I went out and got a better job. And even though I'm working salary and I don't want to work all of these hours, you know, if I want the house, all of that kind of stuff, then hey, you know, this is what needs to happen. We need to go to work, or you need to find a way to, build the income, take care of this debt that I didn't know you had. You know what I mean? Like, that to me sounds crazy. You have debt, the house. I get it. I personally I wouldn't be able to do it, but that's just me. But I totally get where this person is coming from. And I couldn't do it. I could not do it. So anyway, you guys, this was fun. I love doing stuff like this. This was so much fun. And having these stories. This is so weird to me. Okay, so this is the fun part of the this is the fun part of the show because I'm sitting here like, how do you this is so wild. This is wild. I don't know anything about, so now video backgrounds are now supported in the studio. They're supported in the studio, but you can't upload your own. And then there's also music. And then there's also, you can add a video clip if you want to. But if you add your own video clip, okay, so you can add a video clip, but the thing is, that's crazy. This is insane, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is insane to me. This is insane to me. And when I say this is insane, I'm talking about um StreamYard. I'm talking, let me see this. I'm just trying stuff out right now, you guys. I'm just trying stuff out because I am not 100% familiar with StreamYard. It says that file is a bit too large. The size limit of video clips is 200 MB. The present button at the bottom of the page lets you share videos of any size and length, but unlike the video clip in this selection, those videos aren't saved to your account for the future. So if it's already in, you can do it. But if it's not, so video in here, that could be, let me see. This is like literally, I'm just doing stuff at this point. Like, this has nothing to do with the Reddit story, just doing something at this point because I'm not familiar with this setup. I've been using Restream forever. You know what I'm saying? So for those of you who are watching the replay, if you don't want to hang around for this segment, you don't have to. I'm just sitting here, doing something. Okay. All right, I get it. So it has to be like a really short, really, really clip. So I might try to make a short clip for this. I know I've got some work to do on Canva. So I may come live a little bit later. I want to say thank you to everybody who, came to listen to the stories today. Love, love, love sharing these stories. I don't know how well over this week, but yesterday with the recording, today is Monday. So I'm going to keep my word, whether they are recorded or whether I go live. I feel like going live is probably the best for me just because, we're going to try it for the week and we're going to see how it goes. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Next one. Peace and love.